You're listening to Freezecast, a podcast discussing all the latest news and drama in the Toontown community. Hello, guys. Welcome to the very first episode of Freezecast brought to you by FreezeVPN. I'm your host, Freeze. We have a special guest today. Please welcome Megasnoop.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being here. So, Megasnoop, the listeners want to know, how much Taco Bell do you typically eat in a day?
That's a good question. I eat Taco Bell for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'll also kind of just snack on a Crunch Wrap or two throughout the day. It's pretty much 100% of my diet on a normal day.
Interesting. So how much of your budget for groceries goes to Taco Bell each month?
I'll give you a rough estimate because I honestly don't know the exact answer, but I'd say at least 75 to 80%.
Wow. That's a lot of money. More than I expected, if I'm being honest. How do you budget around your excessive Taco Bell consumption?
You know, that's the funny thing because I actually don't. I kind of just spend however much I want to on Taco Bell and then figure the rest out later. I have like 10 roommates, so they really help out with the other expenses.
10 roommates? Wow. How has the building not collapsed?
Is that a fat joke or?
Never mind what it was. It's actually a perfect segue into the next question. How has your near constant ingestion of Taco Bell affected your overall health and well-being?
I don't think it has actually. I mean, I only weigh 175.
Sorry to interrupt, but is that 175 pounds or kilograms?
Kilograms, but I really don't think it matters too much. It's all pretty arbitrary anyway.
I see. There's a pretty big difference, though. 175 kilograms is quite a bit heavier than 175 pounds.
Next question, please.
All right, here's the next question. How many liters of G Fuel do you drink per day?
Well, I'm pretty much always drinking G Fuel. It's about 97% of everything I've ever drank, but sometimes I do get a Mountain Dew Baja Blast if I'm at Taco Bell, which is most of the time that I'm not at home. As for the exact measurement, I'd say probably about 7 liters.
I see. Do you ever drink water?
On occasion, yes. But it's quite rare that I will drink anything other than Baja Blast or G Fuel.
So has your G Fuel guzzling habit affected your health at all? It seems to have a lot of caffeine in it.
No, not as far as I can tell. Sometimes I can stay awake for days at a time just by drinking G Fuel.
Are you sure there are no side effects?
I'm positive there are no side effects.
Sure. Whatever you say. If I had to guess, you probably need all that caffeine since you're so naturally unenergetic. Moving on, you mentioned that most of the time that you aren't at home, you're at Taco Bell. How often do you go outside?
Well, the only time I ever leave the house is when I go to Taco Bell. The number of times per day that I go just depends on whether or not I feel like stocking up.
Can you give us an estimate of the minimum and maximum number of trips you take to Taco Bell per day?
Well, let's see. Yesterday I went 5 times, and the day before that I only went twice. Like I said, it really just depends on if I feel like buying in bulk or not. And if you're wondering, I've been to Taco Bell 4 times today.
Hold that thought, because it's time to talk about today's sponsor, FreezeVPN.
What? We're in the middle of an interview. You can't just start a sponsored segment while we're still talking.
Actually, I can. Anyway, FreezeVPN is the world's first VPN service made specifically for Toontown servers. Want to protect your privacy and hide your IP while visiting sketchy websites like toontownarchive.com. Perhaps you're banned from Toontown and want to bypass that ban. Or maybe you just don't want to let Toontown Rewritten see your IP address. Whatever the case may be, FreezeVPN has you covered. With servers in over 30 countries, a strict no-logs policy, and new servers being added all the time, FreezeVPN is virtually undetectable and the only VPN you'll ever need for Toontown. Sign up for a free trial today at the link below. Megasnoop, are you ready for the next question?
What? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here it is. How many hours per day do you spend playing Toontown?
I play a lot of Toontown. I would say between 10 and 18 hours a day on an average.
That is a lot of Toontown. I think I would go insane if I played Toontown for more than 15 seconds. Do you do anything else in a typical day besides play Toontown and go to Taco Bell?
Yeah, I drink G Fuel.
Of course. You drink so much G Fuel that I wouldn't be surprised if you renovated your shower into another G Fuel fridge.
Hey, how did you know?
Just a wild guess. You obviously weren't using it anyway.
Well, I don't think that's entirely fair to say. I frequent the showers at least once a month.
Do you mean at most once a month? Anyway, we're getting off topic. Back to Toontown. Your channel started off with Toontown. Do you think you could have achieved the same level of success you have now without Toontown?
Yeah, I think I could, but I just kind of used Toontown as a shortcut because there wasn't that many people already streaming it, and I didn't want to work hard to build an audience. Toontown has helped me so much in my life, and not just with streaming.
Fascinating. In what other ways has Toontown helped you, aside from streaming?
Pretty much in every way imaginable, really. For example, I met 2 of my ex-girlfriends through Toontown.
Wow. That's interesting. How would you respond to the claims that you're self-absorbed?
I'm not self-absorbed, full of myself or anything like that. I'm just the most important person on Earth. It's not selfish if it's true. You gotta look out for number 1.
All right. That's all the questions I have. So we're going to switch to some listener-submitted questions now, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some of your viewers have accused you of using them for your own personal and financial gain. How would you respond to these allegations?
I would simply respond with a question of my own, which is, do you have any examples or proof that I use my viewers for personal or monetary gain?
Actually, we do. Remember when you were speedrunning all of the Toontown corporate Clash task line? Well, my organization Justice for Freeze stepped in to help you with the majority of said speedrun, namely by being open to teleport to for Toon tasks and by giving directions via the Twitch chat. Then, in the YouTube video you uploaded of the speedrun, you did not thank us, did not give us credit, and only briefly showed us in a clip for about 1 second. And you did not even mention us.
If I mentioned everyone who helped with the speed run, that would most definitely hurt the video's retention rates, and that would mean I'd make less money. And I have to make money. How else will I buy Taco Bell and G Fuel?
You and I both know that you could do with a little less Taco Bell and G Fuel.
Well, what else am I supposed to eat and drink?
Try eating some fruits and vegetables and drinking water.
What? No. I would never go near a fruit or a vegetable unless it's part of a Taco Bell meal.
It's honestly astonishing that you manage to be a somewhat functional human being while eating copious amounts of Taco Bell every day.
Come on. Everybody knows a Doritos Locos taco is part of a balanced breakfast.
Whatever you say, our next listener submitted question is, what are your thoughts on the Justice for Freeze organization?
I hate Justice for Freeze. I think you deserve to be banned. I only came on this podcast so I could advertise my Let's Play series. Watch Toonie the Tiger Let's Play on youtube.com/Megasnoop today.
I hope you know nobody is going to watch that.
And that's where we disagree. If anybody doesn't watch my content, it's because they're just jealous of how great it is, and they're mad that they can't make content that's even half as good as mine.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the reason, and not that you're the most stupid, self-absorbed, unenergetic YouTuber on the platform.
Sounds like someone's jealous.
I don't know how you can be so stupid as to think I would be jealous of a Taco Bell consuming G Fuel gulping goblin. Like you. You truly are a new species of land mammal.
Yes, I am. I'm better than a normal person.
Not likely. You're the most unhealthy specimen I've ever come across.
That's just your opinion.
That's debatable. We have one final listener submitted question. Why do you hate justice?
I don't hate justice. I only hate you.
I am justice.
Well, in that case, I guess I do hate justice, really. If anyone gets banned off Toontown Rewritten, they definitely deserve it. The TTR moderators are perfect, infallible judges of character and intent. So you need to shut up and stop your justice advocation or whatever you call it, because the TTR moderators never make mistakes. Like, ever.
That's patently false. If you did any basic research, you would know that at one time, Smoke and Foreman was wrongfully banned, and the moderators even admitted that they made a mistake.
I don't think that's true.
It literally is. You can go see for yourself. I can't believe you're this ignorant.
I really don't care. Besides, I have to go pick up a Taco Bell order anyway. Later!
Are you actually just going to... Well, folks, that was Megasnoop. Hopefully, he'll get his life together soon. But in the meantime, don't forget to check out our sponsor, FreezeVPN. And tune in next time when we'll have another special guest on to discuss some recent drama. Thanks for listening. This has been Freezecast Episode 1. Freeze signing off.
Funding for this episode of Freezecast was made possible in part by FreezeVPN and by listeners like you. Thank you. Freezecast is written and produced by Mr. Freeze for Justice for Freeze. This podcast is a parody meant for entertainment purposes only. The creators of Freezecast do not condone the harassment of anyone appearing in or mentioned in this podcast. Freezecast is a work of fiction. All characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Thank you for listening to Freezecast.